Hello friends, welcome to Akulmach Live. I'm your host Chandrakant, and today the big news is that India has surpassed China in the MSCI Index, and this is a big deal. In this live stream, I will tell you how we have actually managed to surpass China and what are the factors and what is MSCI Index. All of this is part of our discussion today. So just in case if you have any question, you can shoot it across and I will see your message and respond. All right, let's begin our discussion and let's understand how we managed to surpass China, even though Chinese dispensation is very strong in terms of manufacturing. So what is MSCI? What does MSCI stand for? What is the MSCI Index? MSCI is a short form of Morgan Stanley Capital International. MSCI is a very popular index published by Morgan Stanley to measure the success or failure, growth and success of the countries. And there are various factors. There are various factors that the Morgan Stanley keeps measuring, which is all these pointers which keeps coming from various countries. Now this is a very transparent method. This is why the growth and success of each countries are basically looked at using the MSCI Index. It's a global index and it's a measure of the success of the country. So let's look at what has happened and in the recent history, 1 or 2 years, and how India manages to surpass China, even though Chinese really control the supply chain globally, and they are definitely number one economy today. But India is the largest competition for China because India has a scale. India also has a lot of investments. India has the population, and India has the English-speaking skilled professionals all across from north, east, west, south, everywhere in the country. All right. So the good news is that we have surpassed China, and this success will continue if nothing changes, nothing drastic happens politically or otherwise. All right. So let's look at the what are the factors that MSCI was so impressed with India's success. And because of this MSCI Index, the India's rating has improved. This is going to be a global shift in the economic landscape. Why economic landscape? Because obviously India is gaining popularity. India is becoming much more friendly to foreign investments. India is inviting a lot of business people to set up their factories, their offshore centers, etc. And all these changes are happening as we speak today. Even Foxconn, the biggest news is the Foxconn has shifted their base from China to India. They are going to manufacture iPhones because Foxconn is the largest iPhone manufacturers in the world. So they are going to start manufacturing of iPhones, which will be a lot cheaper for Indian, and also when they are exported from India, it will be cheaper for the world. So there are several examples like this. It is going to change the economic landscape. There will be shift in supply chain, and as the MSCI Index is an indicator that India's name and fame, ease of doing business, everything is improving. And therefore, now the key point is that we have surpassed China. That means our ease of doing business, our business landscape is even better than China, and that is why we have surpassed China. So what are the key factors behind the India's remarkable rise? So obviously the key factors, if you have to understand the key factors, let us look at what the MSCI Index or Morgan Stanley looks at when they come out with this index. The key aspect of what the MSCI looks for is the stock market. How the mutual fund, how the share equity, all those kind of the market scenarios are taking shape in any country. So market is a direct reflection of what is going on. If there are a lot of companies getting listed on the stock exchange and their shares are being traded openly and the share prices are increasing all the time, it's a very good indicator that the economy of that country will be very, very sound, and it will be doing good round. There are a lot of liquidity in the system. That means money is exchanging hands, a lot of business is happening, a lot of business activity. The other thing the MSCI also looks at is the FDI investments, how the foreign entities are investing in a country. So these are the two major factors. Others are also there, but I think the major factors are these which are being tracked. Now let's look at how India got this success. Obviously, there are very robust economic policies favored by the government. Government actually provided a lot of reforms, lot of new norms, new legal systems were put in place for benefit of not only small scale industry but also large investors, and they made the legal system much more flexible and at the same time strict, so that everybody follows and adhere to the financial guidelines and jurisprudence. So there are a lot of policy planning going on, and policy implementations are going on. This is coming from the top. This is coming from the Indian government, and they had the vision to do all these reforms which have been going on for last 10 years. It is not over, so they are already openly saying that these are the roadmap that they have. So it's not only that they are doing reforms, they are also showing the roadmap. All of this is being considered as a good sign, good governance, good government policies by all the gurus, especially Morgan Stanley, and when they are actually reviewing the exponential rise of Indians, then they are actually looking at all these data, these parameters, and then they are actually doing rating of India in their MSCI index. So obviously the policy planning plays a major role in making sure that MSCI ratings are done appropriately for each country. What are the other factors? Other factors are the innovative technology. Now, if you look at the India as a country, it is not easy to make sure that every the policies that which are being written are also followed. So governance, it is not easy. So a lot of use of AI technology is actually being used by the government themselves. They are actually also changing the laws and bylaws in the country, keeping in mind that there will be a lot of AI being used, a lot of electronic evidences, data is also being used. So use of technology. And now if you look at the micropayments, the currency, physical currency is almost redundant in India, even for large payments or small payments. Hardly anybody uses cash these days, and that is a big savings for the government. It's all because of the micro payment platforms which have been popularized by the government by introducing a platform called Bheem, which is owned by one of the government department called NPCI. So Bheem is a platform which interconnects every citizen of India to other just by using their mobile phone, and hence they can not only send text messages, but they can actually do business using their mobile phones, using all kinds of applications which are found on their mobile phones. So that is one example. There are several examples. The use of technology. There is a surveillance being done using technology. There are taxation being done using technology, especially AI. So when we talk about technology, the use of technology is basically the emerging technologies, which is AI. So Indian government, Indian people are adapting to latest technologies in order to reduce their workload, improve their efficiencies, and also compliances of the government policies. So first, policy framework, second is adherence to guidelines, and then third is governance by using the technology which the Indian government and Indian people have demonstrated to the world, and this plays a major role in MSCI Index. Therefore, the future is very, very clear as it is visible. The it is not easy to surpass China. It is not easy because China is very strong when it comes to manufacturing, when it comes to supply chain, also in the geopolitics, right? So it is not easy for in a country like India to surpass China in MSCI Index. Yet, it has happened. That means the future looks very bright. Future shows that the India is going to grow from here. It is not going to reduce the pace. More reforms are expected. More FDI investment is expected in the country. That means foreign investment coming into India. That means more and more people within India and outside India would like to set up their shops, manufacturing units in India, and then use the new supply chain which is emerging in the Indian Ocean to their benefit. So all of this is happening. Also, one of the major impact is the small scale industry. Now, and MSCI also looks at the small scale industry. Now, China, way back in 90s and 2000, the first decade of this century, they actually were riding the success story of their small scale segment, because China was able to manufacture each and everything. Same thing is happening in India, where the total industry size, if you segmentize the industry size, 40% of the Indian industry is dependent on the medium and small scale industry. So it's a substantial growth platform for small business people, and MSCI definitely looks at it because there are many businesses which are generating revenue, generating employment, and also doing all kinds of activity, a lot of business activity within India, outside India, and that forms one of the biggest factor. Also, the third biggest factor, in addition to policy and technology, the investment happening in the small scale industry. So the future looks very bright. Future looks that India is going to grow from here, not come down, and that is why the factor that MSCI has given higher rating than China shows that there is a lot of confidence. The global community has a lot of confidence in India. So friends, this is very exciting, and I thought I will bring this to you because this has recently happened just a couple of days back. This MSCI index was announced. So if you have any suggestions or any questions or any opinion, please feel free to send it across. So thanks for watching me live. Catch you again in the next one.